Yes, guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. As you can see on the screen, we have the semi-finals lineup, and I'm going to give you my semi-final predictions as well. Big thank you to everybody who actually watched the last video. We are at 2K views, I think, on this video. Absolutely magnificent. So thank you very much to everyone who's watched, and also all those that left their predictions as well. So let's have a quick look at how everyone has done for the quarterfinals. I got 5 points, including one perfect score. That was Denmark to beat Czech Republic by 2 goals to 1. I was very happy with that. Top scorer in the comments was George YNWA, and George got 8 points, including 2 perfect scores and 1 correct result. So very well done to you, George. But we are down to the final four now. We are down to the final four. We have Italy against Spain and England against Denmark. And I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on both of these ties as well. So we shall see what happens in these two games. But the first game to preview is Italy versus Spain. Now, the head-to-head record is very interesting. It is 9 wins to Italy, 12 draws, and 12 wins to Spain. The first thing I will say, I thought Italy were absolutely magnificent against Belgium. Really great to see them play very well. Also, I thought the goals that they scored were fantastic. Barella, in particular, his goal was fantastic as well. And also, I actually thought the way that they defended as well. Bonucci, Chiellini, absolutely magnificent. They will be missing Spinazzola, though. He has torn his Achilles tendon, so he's going to be out between 4 to 5 months. That is a massive blow, because for me, he's been one of the standout players for Italy as well. And Gianluigi Donnarumma, I thought, had a really good game as well. But Italy thoroughly deserved to go through against Belgium. I think Belgium gave them a very tricky game. You know, when it went to 2-1, Di Lorenzo giving away a very silly penalty. You know, it is a penalty, it is, you have to say. But throughout this competition, Italy, through the group stages, maybe the round of 16 game against Austria, they weren't great, but against Belgium, they were much better, and very convincing win in the end. I know Belgium had enough chances as well, but you have to say Italy really defended very well, and they've got a very mean defence, you'd have to say. And yeah, Italy look like, the team to beat for me so far. But yeah, we shall see what happens in that one. Spain, well, what I will say, I thought Spain were very fortunate to beat Switzerland, especially having to play against 10 men for the last sort of 20-25 minutes in that second half. Obviously, Freuler getting sent off. I mean, Michael Oliver was the referee for that game, and I have to say, I did not think that was a red card, especially when you actually look at it. It's one of those challenges where he is late, but not really malice in that challenge, was there? So I didn't think that was a red. But you have to say, Spain, they've not been convincing, but they have been very good defensively. And you have to say it's very well done to Luis Enrique as well. We probably saw the worst penalty shootout of the competition yet. That was absolutely awful. The amount of penalties that were being missed there as well. I know Switzerland scored there first, and I know that Spain scored a couple of theirs, but it was a shocking penalty shootout, especially when you saw the one from France-Switzerland, where 9 penalties were scored out of 10, and Mbappe missing the decisive one to knock France out of the competition. But Spain, you have to say that it's good to see them against Italy, and you know what? This is one of those big games, mouth-watering ties for sure for this one, because Italy and Spain have met so many times previously. was the Euro 2012 final, which Spain went on to win by 4 goals to 0 as well. So they have previous in these games, and you know what? Not much traveling for either side. Okay, Spain were in Russia, Italy were in Munich as well. So going to London, obviously both of these games are at Wembley Stadium. It's going to be very, very interesting. But Italy just look like the form team for me. They do. This is going to be a very interesting game, as we've said, because Spain having to come through penalties as well. Italy haven't been taken to penalties yet. They've been taken to extra time, but Spain have been taken to extra time and they've been taken to penalties as well. So I think it's a very, very hard game for Spain. I think Italy are the better of the two by far. 32 games unbeaten now, which is magnificent, you have to say, from Roberto Mancini's side. And you know what? If Italy actually went on to win the Euros, I don't think anyone would begrudge them, because I think they've been the best team throughout this championships. And look, Euro 2020 has been absolutely magnificent. We have had a record of own goals, though. There have now been 10 own goals in the competition after the goal from people thought it was Jordi Alba, but Zakaria has been credited with an own goal. There were 9 between Euro 1960 and 2016. So, that is a record. That is an absolute record for own goals as well. But you have to say that Spain, even though they haven't been convincing, they've been very, very. They've managed to grind out results, and you know what? They are playing Italy. It is at Wembley. 45,000 expected at this game. But I've just got a feeling that this is going to be the end of the road for Luis Enrique. I think Roberto Mancini's side are very, very rampant. Yes, they will be missing Spinazzola, but they've still got Emerson to come in as well, who will probably play left back as well. So I am going to go for a 2-0 win to Italy. I think Italy will go through to the final. I think they are going to win this one by 2 goals to 0. But we'll see what happens with the Italians as well. So that is the first semi-final, and this is on the Tuesday, the 6th of July. So we move on to Wednesday, the 7th of July, and it is England against Denmark. Now, I have to say, and hold my hands up here, England were magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Yes, I know Ukraine were, tired from obviously the game against Sweden, and I know they had injuries, but you've still got to go and perform on the pitch. And my goodness me, I thought England controlled that game from start to finish. It was nice to actually see somebody actually control a game from start to finish. And England scoring 4 goals, it could have been a lot more as well. Harry Kane getting 2, Harry Maguire getting 1, and even though it's England, I was happy for Jordan Henderson to get his first England goal as well. But it was a very, very easy, comfortable night for Gareth Southgate. Look, Ukraine did very, very well to get to the quarterfinals. They did. They managed to get through, a very tricky group with Netherlands and Austria. And then, they managed to get through a round of 16 clash with Sweden, which was a very, very good game as well. But it was just a little bit too much for them as well. But this is going to be a very interesting game, as we've said, because obviously England home fans as well, Wembley. It is looking pretty promising for England as well. Gareth Southgate deserves a lot of credit, you have to say. The way he set up his team, it was absolutely spot on yesterday. And I think if you look at it, England, they could actually take players off, so they'll be more fresh, I would say, as well. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what they do and whether Gareth Southgate keeps the same team or not. You might see Saka come back in. I mean, I know Mason Mount came back in, but you could see Saka come back in. Sancho came in last night, looked pretty promising. He did as well. Luke Shaw continues to impress. That is for sure. Best left back in the Premier League last season, and you can obviously see why with 2 fantastic assists yesterday. First one for Harry Kane, Great header, and then obviously the corner that led to Harry Maguire. So very well done for Luke Shaw. And I think people are now starting to take a little bit of notice that he is the best left back in the country, for sure. Obviously, keeping out Ben Chilwell as well. That's a very good feat as well. So Denmark now. What I will say is well done to Denmark. Considering that uncertain circumstances, with obviously Christian Eriksen, collapsing on the pitch, and everyone was, worried that, he wasn't going to make it. He did manage to make it. And then, to be forced to be playing the second half against Finland, lost 1-0. Against Belgium, they were really good. Unlucky to lose 2-1. Belgium had a better second half in that game. And the Russia game was fantastic. 4-1 win for Denmark, and then came through around the 16 as well, which was a very good clash against Wales. Managed to win 4-0 there. And then against Czech Republic, you have to say they played very well. The ball of the tournament for me, though, Mela to Dolberg. What a ball from him. Outside of the right foot, goes to Dolberg, and Dolberg scores a really good finish. And Delaney scores a very good header as well. So, Denmark have got a lot of really good players as well. Will the travel, though, affect them? Because they've had to play out in Baku. England have had to play out in Rome. So it could be very interesting. Denmark could be a bit of a disadvantage here because of the travelling, because of, having to play in Baku, England having to play in Rome. So that could be something that determines this game as well. But Denmark have been absolutely fantastic, spurring on from the moment of 1992, where they were one of the very last entries into the competition, and obviously they went on to win that as well. So could 1992 be repeating itself? It's a very tricky game, this one. Funnily enough, Denmark actually beat England in October in the Nations League. It was a 1-0 win to Denmark, and I believe that was at Wembley as well. So Denmark know how to beat England. In fact, the head-to-head record is 12 wins to England, 5 draws, and 4 wins to Denmark. So, it could be very interesting. Last meeting in the major competition, England ran out 3-0 winners over Denmark as well. But I think this is going to be a very close game as well, with Yusuf Poulsen playing well, Martin Braithwaite as well playing really well. Still amazing he used to play for Middlesbrough. Still amazing. He must have one of the best agents in world football, having to go from Middlesbrough to Barcelona. Really interesting. And I think you have to say this. I think the way that Denmark have been actually, playing this whole competition, I think they've been really good. Schmeichel's been very good as well. Christensen at the back, Simon Kjær as well. You've obviously had Vestergaard coming in as well. Denmark are a very tricky outfit. They are a very tricky outfit to play against. And I feel that this game is going to be very it'll be tense, it'll be nervy. Obviously there'll be a lot of England fans going over there. Denmark, I think they will have a couple of thousand fans as well. So it's got the makings of a very good semi-final as well. My prediction, it's a very tricky one to call, because, as we've said, Denmark have been fantastic this tournament. England are starting to grow into this tournament by, winning 4-0 against Ukraine as well. England haven't lost at Wembley. Their record at Wembley states as 1-0 against Croatia, 1-0 against Czech Republic, 0-0 against Scotland. And, they beat Germany 2-0 as well. So England at Wembley, it's a tricky one. It is a very tricky one. But my prediction, I am going to go for, I just think England are going to be too strong, sadly. And unfortunately, it looks like the end of the road for the Danes. But what a fantastic tournament it has been for Denmark. And I think it's success for sure. And it makes me nervous as a Scotland fan, because our next game in our World Cup group is Denmark. So I think Denmark will sadly exit this tournament. And England will go on to the final to play Italy, in my opinion. So I'm going England 2, Denmark 1. I mean, every time I've said England will concede, will try and concede, they always get a clean sheet. But I just think Denmark will be able to get a goal past them. But I still think England will be too strong. England 2, Denmark 1. So that is it. That is my semi-final predictions done and dusted. As I have said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And like George YNWA, you will get a shout out in the next video. So I will go through my predictions very, very quickly. And as you can see, who gets to the final. So I think Italy 2, Spain 0, and England 2, Denmark 1. I just think that it'll be Italy and England to go through to the final as well. And that would make a very, very good, interesting final. That is for sure. But guys, if you have enjoyed this video, then please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video if you like the video as well. And yeah, we will see what happens in these semi-finals. Obviously, Italy against Spain is Tuesday, the 6th of July. And then England-Denmark is also Wednesday, the 7th of July. Both of these games at Wembley, and both of these games kicking off at 8 o'clock as well. It's going to be very, very interesting semi-finals, let's put it that way. Going to be very, very nervy games as well. If you support all 4 of these countries that remain in this competition. But for me, I think the final will be Italy against England. So we will see what happens with that one. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all for the Euros final prediction, which is going to be very, very interesting as well. But I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you for the final of Euro 2020, and I will give you my prediction for that game. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy the football. See you later. Bye-bye.